before we talk about all the tree drama, we need to go look at what we managed to make this weekend. Hello, I'm so excited. I have so much to show you. We made so much progress this weekend and the sun is shining me straight in the eyes. It's amazing. It's a really lovely spring day here. The biggest progress we made is right there. You see that stump? That was an old plum tree that really wasn't doing well. It was bleeding and we tried to rescue it last year and it just wasn't happening. So it's gone. It's gone. That right there in the bucket is my rhubarb, as I showed you in the garden tour. And if you haven't watched the garden tour, I strongly encourage you to do so. I'll link it for you because that will make all of this make so much more sense. And what you see here, all these quarter boxes that you will remember if you watch the garden tour, these quarter boxes behind me, they are all going to be potato boxes. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 potato boxes, and then I have set some other boxes up over here, but I want to show you the greenhouse and the other boxes and a bunch of other stuff. So let's go on this tour and then chat some afterwards. Look at all this green. I may have done some damage at the garden centre this weekend. We have so much new green. Over here we have the thyme we had here before. Then we have this laurel. Is that what it's called in English? I think it's so. Which is amazing in all kinds of dishes. And it's not going to stay here obviously, but it's quite cool still, so it's protected here. We have this oregano, which I'm very excited to have for pizza. If we move over some, we have the chives we had previously, and then a lovely rosemary. Then we have some pineapple sage down there, and I really love that for tea. In this corner we have some lemon balm, which is also really nice for tea. We have my mint down there hiding between a couple of lavenders, and these are both edible and flowering really nice lavenders, and they smell amazing already. We obviously still have the parsley as well. On the edge right here is where we plan to put our strawberries. So right down here we have all those strawberry boxes. There are 6 boxes, which should be plenty for our family if they produce well. And it should make it easy to make that 3-year shift, because strawberry plants really don't do well after 3 years. So every 3 years, or every year rather, we are going to replace 1/3 of them. So this little area here is really turning into something, but we have had some tree drama, and I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. First I want to show you the second tree we removed this weekend. It's not quite gone, as you can see. We have a bunch of stumps all over the place that we need to do something about, but we have a plan for those. And I'm so excited because this is going to free up so much light from my kitchen garden, and it's just going to free up the view and everything. So that's really nice. It was an ornamental tree they had put in the middle of the grass, like a bunch of other ornamental trees, and it just doesn't function in our view of this homestead. So we have removed that one, as well as the plum this weekend, and more trees are coming down soon. But first, so when you walk from the kitchen garden, look at that view without the tree. Look at that view without the tree. I'm so excited. Both trees are gone, and it's freeing up so much room and air and light. But when you walk past, and you walk past the corner, I told you we wanted compost, and it's there. We made the compost. We are 1 pallet short. There needs to be 1 more right there to make a 3-room compost, but it's there. It's functional, and now we just sort of need to learn how to compost, because we're pretty clueless. I grew up having a worm compost bin, and to be fair, I don't think my parents used it that much, and it never really functioned fully. It certainly wasn't optimized. So I remember going out putting scraps in it, and I remember playing with the little red wigglers in there, but we need to figure out the system. So if you have any tips, please leave them for me. So I'm sat back at the greenhouses, as you can tell, and behind me there are these really tall plants, 2 of them. One is particularly tall, and they need to go. They are dangerous. So we know we can't tackle them because they are dangerous, they are in a difficult position, and we don't know if they are rotted or not, but they probably are, and they are very tall. So there's no chance of us doing it ourselves. We need someone who's insured and knows what they're doing, basically. So I called a guy, and the guy came out, and before he came, he was very clear that his method of business was that once he gets here, he gives a bid for the job and you have to say yes or no on the spot. So he said, if you want to shop it around with a few other guys, go get them first and have me come last. It's perfectly fine, just have me come last. So that was very clear and nice of him to be so open, so clear about his business practices, and I respect that. We just really need to know how expensive it would be to have those trees removed. We have a couple of other trees we want to get removed in the same go around, but those aren't dangerous. They are just not part of our plan for the homestead. So I tell the guy to please come out and give the bid, and we need to know if we can even afford to have them removed. We need to, but he doesn't need to know that, does he? So he comes out today. He takes one look at the trees and says, yeah, no, I'm not taking that job. So the professional turned down our job, our tree removal job. First of all, kudos to him for setting boundaries in his work, for having enough work to be able to set those kind of boundaries. That's awesome, awesome for him. He was really a pleasant fellow to interact with, so no shame or anything for him. But yeah, the professionals said he wouldn't remove our trees, even when we pay him to do so. And now we're in a big pickle, because we obviously can't remove them ourselves and we need to get them down. So we don't know what to do. I called another guy today. He'll come take a look sometime this week, hopefully. But I'm really afraid he's going to say the same thing. And what do we do? What do we do if all the professionals turn down the job? We can't do it ourselves. It's simply too dangerous. It's too freaking dangerous. All the tree drama. We have removed so many trees from this property. I don't know if you can imagine, like, we have this tiny suburban lot. There are tall trees everywhere, so there's no sun, and as you can see right now, there's sun right here, but obviously once it moves like teeny tiny bit that way, no sun again. So there are so many tall trees here in our yard, in everyone else's yard, and it's lovely, it's wonderful with all the tall trees, but the issue is that so many of them are so old and deceased and really just hazardous. So yeah, what will you do? What do we do if the second guy turns down the job as well? We can't remove them ourselves. Can you force a guy to remove a tree? Can we bribe him? Pay him extra? What do we do? I have no clue. Oh, the drama. And yes, this is sort of the pinnacle of drama in our lives. So we have a good life. I did want to show you one more thing, and I'm not actually showing you because there's nothing to see, but I'm sat here by the beehive because let's talk bees. This weekend I managed to finish wiring all the 50 frames. That's quite a feat. It was more work than I expected. I still need to melt on the foundation for all of them, and we are using real beeswax foundation, so I need to borrow some equipment from my mentor who lives 3 houses down, so it's not a big thing to get it, but that's the next step in the bee project and I'm so excited. we have also took chickens and greenhouse because we thought chickens were next on our priority list. But the more we think about it, the more we're feeling like bees might be enough livestock for this year, and maybe chickens should go for next year. So we're not entirely decided, but a greenhouse might be the next thing that we'll save up for and add to the property. And I'm really excited either way because I want both, and I'll get both eventually. It's just really nice to be making this kind of progress and to be able to be outside and have the sun shine so brightly in my eyes that I can barely look at you. But it's our dream come true to be here, to have these things going on, even to have the tree drama, because we knew that would come. That kind of stuff comes along with owning a property, owning a house. But yeah, life is good, friends. Now tell me, what did you do over the past week to move yourself a little bit closer to freedom, whatever that means to you? I'd love to hear in the comments. Bye for now.